Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Robyn again, back giving feedback on your animation portfolios and reels. Hope you're all having a really good week. Happy Wednesday. Yes, we're halfway through. So today the portfolio that I'm giving feedback on is from Elise Bourgeois, and she is a contender on the rookies side. So let's just get right into it. Let me switch over to Sync Sketch so you can see her reel. All right, so we've got Sync Sketch up. Let me, as usual, just play through it once so that you can see it in all its glory.
No one will hire. She wants to talk. What does that even mean? You know, if we had any moral character, we wouldn't be standing here covered with mud drinking when we should be washing.
Awesome. So you see, it's great stuff. Let's end it there. I've got nothing to say. Just kidding. JK. I always have something to say. All right, so let's start again from the beginning.
No one will hire.
So harsh. I think that's like every person's worst nightmare. I know it's mine. So this is so great. I really love this shot. It's super expressive. I love the little details like over here, right at the beginning, the way his wrist tenses over there as he's reading and his finger goes over there to the paper. His eye shoots up to like look at the person like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Are you serious? This is your CV. And as he brings his fingers away, that bend and then the curl, it's really great. Very nice acting and body language. My only thing that I would say here, that quick flick upwards of his eyes, I would hold on that just for a few frames because it's actually really easy to miss at first. So I would just hold it like slightly as he's looking down, he looks at the person, kind of assesses them for a second, and then he looks back down at the paper. But that's really the only thing that I would say here. It's a really great shot.
No one will hire.
I love it.
She wants to talk. What does that even mean? She wants to talk. What does that even mean?
So this is another really great expressive shot. I love the detail you put into small things like fingers, and the body language is really great. I do feel like there's a bit of a disjoint between the audio and the acting. The acting by itself, if you didn't have the audio, is really great. Or if just, the voice expressions and the way the person was talking was different. But with the way the audio is, it's very it's soft. the guy seems more like he's defeated and confused, but the acting comes across as more frustrated and somewhat aggressive even, because he's like a little bit defensive, which doesn't really gel with the expression in the voice, because he's speaking very softly. This guy is not, the guy speaking, he's sad. He's like sad about the situation, whatever it is that he's going through in his relationship. He's sad and confused. Whereas this body language, with the energy behind it, it seems more aggressive. So while it's beautifully animated, I think it's just lacking a bit of cohesiveness with the audio. There are also a lot of changes in pose and position here, and it's quite a short shot, and I feel like maybe that would also just help it work a little better with the audio, because you're going from these extremes. So you're starting off here, he shifts, looks to the side, that's your next extreme pose. That could be, just one of the same, he's just moving the angle to face forward. Then the sigh is almost like its own extreme by itself, because it's a very big movement just for a sigh. And then he comes forward, and then he, sort of indicates with his hand. So I would even just sort of dial back a bit on that sigh. Because it's a lot to happen in a very short amount of time. I think it would be a little bit different if he was like, she wants to talk. What does that even mean? Like, if there was a bigger gap between she wants to talk and the sigh, then maybe, yes, you could have that really big movement there. But because it follows quite closely behind, I would actually keep him in the same position and just have him sigh like that. And maybe he can look forward a little bit, not such an extreme sweeping movement. But on the whole, it's really well acted. It's just that, a slight lack of cohesiveness between the expression of the audio and the acting itself.
If we had any moral character, we wouldn't be standing here covered with mud drinking when we should be washing.
That's really great. I love this shot. It's funny. It's got like the comedic timing is really great here, how he's sort of like shifting, thinking, looking at the dog. The dog looks at him. He looks back. And that swing around to talk to the dog, and the way you've got, the weight on the spade and the way the spade reacts to the guy leaning on it. It's very well done. The doggy's great. He's got good detail to him. The way he reacts to the guy talking to him, the ears, it's all just really well done. It's very cute, and I love this one.
If we had any moral character, we wouldn't be standing here covered with mud drinking when we should be washing.
It's very good. This is also a really beautiful shot. Dancing is difficult. And the timing here, the arcs, you've got the smoothness of the movement, the lift in the leg there, the beautiful hands again. Your attention to detail with fingers and hands is really great. It's really lovely. Very nice. So this is obviously, a sober guy dragging his drunk friend home after a night out, calling a taxi or whatever. So it's great how you've got that change as he's, dragging his friend, he's leaning forward a little more, pulling him, then he lets go of his hand and he rights himself. Kind of turns away, he's looking, turns back. The shifting of the weight is great in the feet. Very nice. The only thing that I would say is that the drunk guy, he's just got a little too much energy to him still. When you're drunk or when you're looking at a drunk person, it's like you're fighting against gravity, So you can see he's got the heaviness and stuff here, but he's still quite perky for a drunk person. They're usually quite sluggish and slow, almost as if they're like wading through water and it's just kind of pulling them down. And he's still got a lot of bounce and pep to him here. Like even his movements are still quite quick, like you see there when he lifts his head up and he looks at his friend quite quickly like that. If you look at a drunk person, they're very slow. Their movements are quite delayed. So I would just, slow down his movements a little bit, not have as much movement going on with him. Like especially there, that last movement, that seems very alert and sober. And then he flops down like a drunkie again. So I would just, bring a little bit more weight to his movement, slow him down a little bit more. Still a really good shot though. His friend is great. The posing, the staging here, the silhouettes, it's all very good. This one's very cute. It's nice that you included with the blocking and the spline and the reference and all of that. So again, very expressive. You definitely have a knack for, getting emotions through and expressions, and the acting is really good. Over here, I would maybe just stage it slightly differently, bring the camera around slightly, just so that you've got a little bit more distinction between the arms and the legs, because they do mesh together here. So just bringing the camera around very slightly, just slightly around like that, just to give a bit of separation there, will help your silhouette a little bit. I like how she staggers back like that, comes forward again to get her footing again. Very nice eyes. The eye dots that you've got going on are very nice. And the way she swings it back. The only thing I would really say here is, oh gosh, why is it doing that? Yeah, so the only thing I would really say, the only comment I would make is here at the end, she leans against the wall, but she kind of just does a seamless slide down straight away. But it feels like she should lean against the wall, her back should go against the wall, stop there, and then it'll slide down, but it won't slide down linearly because at the moment it's all just, one speed. So she would slump against the wall, stop there for like frames, and then slide down, and the slide would start slower and then speed up as she would, get momentum and then hit the ground. That's the only thing that really stood out to me here, was just the timing of that leaning against the wall and sliding down. Nice how, the legs are offset slightly there, the one's slightly more bent, and then they come out and flop. That's very cute. But otherwise, yeah, fantastic reel. It's really, really good. The acting is really good, the attention to detail for every little part. So yeah, really good job, Elise. So thank you for watching, everyone who did. I hope that the feedback was helpful. As usual, I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. And I'll see you again next time to give feedback on another reel that has been submitted. So thanks for watching. Hope you all have a very good rest of your week.